Hey leaders, I hope that you all have been prospering in your purpose and dominating in your destiny. It is Coach Takumbo here with another installment of our public speaking series. I am elated to jump on here to give you some tips on how to master public speaking in the area of the virtual realm, in the area of online course creation, or if you're going live. This video is particularly for those individuals who want to know how to engage people online, how to show up as a public speaker in that capacity. Before I jump in this video, do me a huge favor. If you want to bless me, go ahead and like this video and share this video with somebody who you know needs this information. If you know that they're supposed to be going live, if you know that they're supposed to launch an online course, I want you to share this video with them so that they can have tips, they can have tools, and they can grow in their confidence so that they can show up in the virtual space. They can show up online as a confident public speaker. All right, now that you all have liked this video and you have shared this and you have subscribed, if you have not already, subscribe to make sure you get all the notifications on all of the videos that we have in our channel, on our channel. All right, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to give you about 5 tips on how to engage your audience through a screen. Something you should know about me, I did have to teach during COVID, and that was tough because you had to figure out ways to make sure that students were engaged. And I also had the pleasure of being an online pastor as well for a church. And so I got to see firsthand what it takes in order to engage an audience. And obviously, I'm in the online course creation space. And so teaching online is definitely different than teaching in person because you have to make sure that you are engaging your audience in a different way. You have to make sure that you're captivating your audience through the screen. And there's some simple tips, there's some simple things that I do in order to keep the momentum going, in order to keep people's attention, in order to keep people invested in what they are learning. And so if you know that this is where you are going, I want you to type in the comments hashtag online. I want you to put that in the comments so that I know that you are excited and I know that this is going to help you on your journey. Number one, you need to practice managing your tone, your pacing, your energy, and your face expressions on camera. When I first started going live, and I was even doing some interviews online, I would look at my face expressions and I would be like, wow, you should not do that with your face any longer. Or I would even get feedback from the people that were on our team and they would tell me, hey, you need to make sure that you don't bite your lip on the side corner or that you're not looking away over here and over there because that is distracting to the audience. I also had to manage my tone and my pacing and my energy. There were some videos or some classes where people could tell that I was low energy. And so if you know that you are low energy because you've had a long day, you need to figure out what you need to do to hype yourself up. Is it the music? Do you need to do a bunch of hand motions? What is it that you're going to do in order for you to have high energy within the screen? Because whatever you do on screen, it transmits, or it's able to be seen, it is able to be felt through the screen. And so I want you to be cognizant of that, that your energy is being felt. And so make sure that you are figuring out how to make sure that you are showing up as your best self even within the screen. And it also is really, you can get kind of lazy behind the screen because you're like, oh, I'm in my house. And so some of the things that helps me is I have to put on makeup. I have to put on nice clothes. Even though I'm doing an online conference or an online seminar, I still have to show up as my best self. This also leads me to my next point. You need to figure out how you want to show up. Make sure you don't look sleepy. Wear something nice or wear something that's going to hold people's attention, especially if you're doing a paid course or especially if you're doing something where this is a brand new audience. Make sure that you figure out how you want to present yourself as your brand. Fortunately, unfortunately, some people are captivated if you wear makeup or if you are wearing brighter colors. And so people know that I love to wear black, but I had to figure out how to wear different colors on screen just to hold people's attention. just to make sure that people were paying attention to the screen and I wasn't blending in with the background, right? And so make sure that you don't look sleepy. Figure out what you're going to do so that it does not show up on camera, because people can see that you're exhausted, or they can see this or that. Make sure that you are figuring out, you are putting together a plan. You're asking your friends and your family that are going to give you constructive feedback on how to present yourself on camera. Number three, set up your space professionally, set up your space in the way that you want to be seen. I've already told people this on my stories, but I just moved into a new house. So this is the only place that I could make my videos right now, because I need to set up the office. But if you look at my other videos, because I'm in the education space, I had a certain background with my books, with the books that I've written, my degrees were behind me, because that's just the look I wanted to go for, because of the space that I'm in, because of the area of influence that I'm in. And so based off of your area of influence, what is it that you need to put behind you? I'm loving this thing that people have going on, these online speakers that have been doing this for a while. They have their quotes, they have their slogans in the background. So I need to get my slogan behind me, and I love seeing it behind them. It actually holds my attention. It allows me to continue to look at the screen, and it also lets me know that they're serious about their business. They're serious about what it is that they're doing online, and they're not just clicking a button, just showing up. And so be cognizant of that when you are trying to show up on the online space. Set up your space professionally. How do you want it to look? What do you want to do to bring it to life, to hold your audience attention? The next thing that's going to help you to captivate your audience is that you're going to ask them questions. You are going to not just talk the entire time. You are going to ask them specific questions. Maybe if you're just starting out, you need to write out, you need to script out what questions you want to ask them. So it's not just you just talking at a screen, but you're giving moments where they can pause, where they can be reflective, where they can be pensive, where they can reflect on what you are teaching. You can also tell them to type certain things in the chat so that they are participating. There's nothing worse than being even in a classroom in person and people not participating. How much more so if you are on a screen? You want your audience engaging with you. You want them to throw some emojis in the chat box. If you've seen my other videos, these are certain things and habits that I do. Also, study what other people are doing. If you know that you are new to this space, how about you study your favorite mentor, your favorite speaker, your favorite person in a specific industry, and look at what they're doing that has been captivating or holding your attention as you are watching them on the screen. There are certain things that they're doing. They say, type this in the chat box. And when you even ask them to type some things in chat box, make sure that it's not too lengthy, it's not too wordy, like I like to do. And then sometimes you just want to tell them, type "that's me" or ask 5 questions, because you've already scripted this out. You were being forward thinking. And you said, I'm going to have them type "that's me" to these 5 questions if they resonate with these questions. And you're starting off with that. Then you're doing this in the middle. And then you're doing this towards the end. Lastly, you're going to create slideshows that are easy to read and they look nice. They look presentable. One of the things that you need to do, that I need to work on as well, is to reread your slideshow before presenting. Reread it to see if there's any typos. And obviously, if there's just one typo, it's not that big of a deal. But you don't want a bunch of your slides to have all of these typos. You want to make sure that you are presenting your information and you look like a serious person when you're showing up online, because we don't want people to think that just because you are working from home, because you are working online, that it's actually easier. It's actually probably more arduous to show up online because of the amount of energy and the amount of thought you have to put into it if you are actually serious about the work that you are called to do. And so I hope that these 5 tips helped you. I'm going to go over them really quickly. Number 1, pay attention to your energy, your pacing, your tone, your face expressions on the camera. Make sure that you're smiling, or make sure that you're using your face expressions, you're using your hands so that you can captivate your audience. Number 2, figure out how you want to show up. How do you want to look? Make sure that you are wearing something that's going to hold their attention, or you're not going to blend in with your background. Set up your space professionally. Do something better than what I have going on here. If you have a slogan, put it on your background. Ask your audience questions. Tell them to type things in the chat. Create slideshows that are easy to read and look nice. And I didn't put this here, but I want you to also think about your microphones. I want you to think about what is going to help them to hear you better, because it actually holds their attention if they can hear you and you sound like a stronger, powerful voice. And so I want you to keep these things in mind as you are venturing into the online space. If you are new to online course creating, or you want to go live for your business or for your ministry, what have you, if you just have a message you want to present to people, these are some things to keep in mind. If you want to stay connected to our community, I want you to hit the button. I want you to click that link in the description box and subscribe and get a free download of our reflection guide for leaders. This is something that I help leaders with before the year starts, to reflect on certain habits. And so I want you to download that so that you can be on our email list. And also, I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and like this video. Let me know in the comments what you're going to do as you are going off into the online space. All right, I'm going to build iconic dreams with you all later. Love you like a leader. I'll see you in the next video.